Welcome to Secretly Sporty. I'm your host, Sebastian Langdale, and I'm joined here with my co-creator, Austin Rackless. Hey, Austin.
Hey, Sebastian. How's it going?
It is good. You know, it's a busy time of year, interestingly, on the writing world, summertime being a time when, some deadlines stack up. And I was just thinking about how that's the time when you kind of need exercise most, and often it's the time when it's hardest to fit stuff into your day.
How have you managed to do that? Do you have any hacks?
Waking up a little bit earlier, just kind of getting in whatever distance of run I can. And I did squeeze in a weight session today at the gym. More of a 25-minute session rather than maybe the hour or something that I would have liked.
I do feel like that's something that I've really had to embrace, interestingly, in both fitness and in writing, that anything is better than nothing. One sentence written is better than no sentences written.
The perfect is the enemy of the good.
Yeah. I took great heart in our Greg Marshall episode where he said that he had a day where he literally wrote one letter. He wrote the letter T.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? That is a letter that he didn't have the day before.
Yeah. I feel like there's some Oscar Wilde comment where he was like, all he did today was remove a comma and then put it back in.
Our guest today knows a lot about trying to get exercise in during a very busy schedule.
Yeah. Today's guest, Felicia Day, one of the first things she touched on was her kind of treadmill desk that she has so that she can sneak in exercise while in meetings and doing all the various things she does as a mover and shaker in Hollywood.
She is a true multi-hyphenate. I do feel like that phrase can get overused, but she is a actress, writer, director, producer, author. She's been on many TV shows, including Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, Magicians, does a lot of voiceover work as well, and created one of the first scripted web series, The Guild, which premiered during the early days of YouTube and became a real phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
And she's bringing it back.
She's bringing it back.
She has just launched a Kickstarter to fund a 20th anniversary reunion movie.
Mm-hmm.
Kickstarter's off to an amazing start.
It sounds really exciting. We're going to link to the Kickstarter. She also came out with a graphic novel earlier this year, The Lost Daughter of Sparta.
I recently read that book and I thought it was a really great story, really empowering, and the art is beautiful. I highly recommend.
And we touched on that a little bit and what her inspiration was for that.
Yeah, and she also talked about her struggles with insomnia and different strategies she's tried to mitigate that.
It was a wide-ranging conversation. We touched on her interest in ballet and bar over the years. We got into her love for pastries, the best peanut butter money can buy.
She's someone who I've seen her on the internet, I think since 2007, and her ability to make things on her own terms has been something that I've really admired for a long time. And it's just great to see her still doing that and all the success that she's had.
For sure. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Here is Felicia Day. Felicia, welcome. It's a joy to have you here. It's good to see you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me on. I know you're from Austin. I went to UT and hook 'em.
Hook 'em. I did a master's degree at UT, so I am also a Longhorn.
Oh, wow. It's hard to get out of your blood.
It's true. It's true. Well, we like to start by asking about your most recent workout. So what was it for you? How'd it go?
Well, I have a treadmill desk and I've had it for years and I've really tried to pop it into gear because I'm doing a Kickstarter for the Guild reunion movie. So in order to get in shape and be able to do all the work that I'm doing right now, I force myself to get on my treadmill while I'm doing meetings. So every single Zoom meeting I'm on with all my teams, the Kickstarter, the movie team, all of it, I am walking on the treadmill at 2.2.
Yeah.
I have 5-pound leg weights on each of my legs.
Yeah.
And then I have a weighted vest, but I put it around my waist. So I'm 20 pounds, walking at 2.2. And that's what I do when I'm just there's no other time to work out. So that's what I'm doing. And you know what? Honestly, it's made a huge difference. And I just started a couple of months ago and I wish I'd been doing it for years.
That's awesome. I mean, I know this as deadlines stack up and you're at your busiest. That's when you need exercise more, but it's inevitably when it falls off the table, right?
Yeah. I mean, my dream is to use ClassPass and go at least 2 or 3 times out into the world.
Mm.
I just don't have the time. I'm a mom. I'm doing this big project. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, this is exciting though. So the Guild is coming up on its 20th anniversary and you're raising funds for a movie version. Is that right?
Yeah, The Guild is a web series that premiered in 2007, and it was on a very new platform called YouTube, which had just started the
Hmm.
year before, or just, I mean, it was so new to see a video. You're like, oh, there's a video on the internet? It was exotic, you guys. It was a weird, weird time. So I wrote the script out of being in a support group with a bunch of other women in Hollywood who were not achieving their goals, right? So every week we'd meet for pancakes and we'd talk about our victories or whatever it is that week. And all I would do when I showed up as sort of a frustrated actor was say, hey, I played World of Warcraft this week because I was addicted to World of Warcraft. And the reason I got into the group was I met Kim, my sketch writing teacher, because I was trying to write. I'd never really written before. And she became my friend because we really clicked. And she was like, you got to write something. So I wrote the script. We tried to get it made, but people literally back then did not know you could game with other people online. It was so beyond their thought process and they just didn't have any use for it. And Kim was like, well, I've been doing sketches and uploading to this YouTube thing. Let's try that. And it was such a scary leap. I'd never done a film. I didn't know what to do. I was like, this feels risky, but we did it for very little money in our houses. And it turned into a big phenomenon because it was the first scripted really show to break out. And it just grew and grew and grew over our 6 seasons. We had a lot of viral music videos. And then we went dark for 2012 was our last season. But I really wanted to do something cool for the 20th anniversary.
I love this kind of like these cult features from the early 2000s meeting their 20th anniversaries, seeing the reboots. Wet Hot American Summer is like in that same camp of 20th anniversary. And I think it's like just seeing how far the internet has come, things like YouTube, shows themselves and the different streaming options and whatnot.
It's like almost coming to fruition now that what the potential was back then when I was like breaking out and everyone was like, ooh, scripted content on the web, making independent content. And like now we're finally seeing it with like Backrooms and Obsession and Markiplier's movie and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, you know? And I feel like I would be very left out if I wasn't trying to at least make something during this time.
Yeah. You mentioned that your ideal would be like ClassPass. What type of fitness classes do you like to do when you actually have time?
Well, when I was young, I was a ballerina.
Okay, cool.
I took ballet like every single day. I was homeschooled and really it was one time I got out of the house every day. So I love dance. That is not good on the body when you're older, but they do have really cool exercise classes that I'm sure there's lots in Austin, like bar method and cardio bar and all these different bar classes that use the basic exercises of ballet, but you do them at an accelerated rate and it's not quite as like, hard on your body. And those kind of exercises wake up muscles that I think were just trained inside me,
Yeah.
I know they are. It's just we're not doing the tendus right now to get them in action.
Yeah.
We have our movie, it will shoot, after we fundraise, it'll be later. And like my goal is like this is actually part of my job to get fit. So that'll be phase 2 in the fall, ideally.
Yeah. Like in terms of as you start shooting the movie, that will be part of the picture for you.
I mean, yeah, like I think that there's a lot of body image issues with women, especially in Hollywood. And, there's just a thinness without being fit that is really scary to me, especially as a mom of a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So I guess my goal for the movie is so I feel confident in clothes. And unfortunately, I have to work a lot more for that at my age and like where my hormone levels are and stuff. Like I can't just eat a bag of Doritos and then just not eat them the next day and shed it. That's just the sad part of 40.
Yeah. I imagine it just takes a lot of physical stamina too when you're filming a movie.
Show business is the only place you could fully give a child a full-time job.
Yeah.
And a 12-hour day is a luxury. I remember when I was on Supernatural, sometimes I'd be in at 8 a.m. and then we wouldn't wrap until 3 a.m. And that's like, fratter days are like very, very common, especially on our TV shows. And that means you get a very short weekend. You have to sleep in on the Saturday. Everything's messed up.
Right.
And so when you're shooting for 5 weeks, which, probably we have to do for the script, it's a marathon, but also a sprint. We're lighting, we're moving sets, we're doing all of this. And then everybody needs to know their lines. And then we move and cover it all the different ways we need to, move on, do another scene.
Yeah.
So it is like a very exhausting pace. And like, I know that I will be better if I'm fitter. My goal, I do have an elliptical right here, which
Hmm.
was dusty. I'm not kidding. It had dust on it. And I was like, you
Yeah.
got to break this out. So I was doing the hit cycles on that. And I did that a couple times last week. So I felt proud of myself. You know, when I'm really sweating and you're really exerting yourself, that's when the good stuff happens. And you're right. Like the first thing we do when we're taking care of others is to not take care of ourselves, but
Yeah.
really we're at our best when we're taking care of ourselves,
Absolutely.
right?
I mean, you're such a multi hyphenate, right? You do so many things, and you have this graphic novel that came out in March of this year. I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the origin story there, how that came about.
It's called The Lost Daughter of Sparta, and it's set in ancient Greece. It's a graphic novel about the youngest sister of Helen of Troy and her journey of finding who she is and, you know, having a relationship with Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. And the reason I actually wrote that. So, you know, my body and my brain has been messed up since I gave birth. It was messed up before with anxiety, but really the hormonal imbalances that came with pregnancy
Mm.
and really sleep disruption really affects me in such a negative way. I'm experiencing it now. I'm doing my best because at least I have coping mechanisms and medication and exercise, like all the things I know that help my body and my mind still itself. But boy, did I not handle it well after my daughter was born. And so I had insomnia for a couple years where I would get 2-3 hours of sleep maybe. And it was just cortisol out every ear.
Yeah.
And really, the only thing that would calm me down was reading something that was interesting but not stimulating. And that happened. I just stumbled into Greek mythology.
Mm.
So I read it all and I stumbled upon this character, Philonoe, who is in the ancient record as being the youngest sister of Helen of Troy and having a relationship with Artemis that, you know, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but they're connected.
Yeah.
And I was so intrigued. And when COVID hit, I was allowed to do something outside of Hollywood. And I just was like, I want to do this project. It means so much to me. It's kind of a love letter to all women, especially, but anybody who ever feels like their existence is to serve other people's vision for what they need to be doing for them.
Mm.
So there's a lot, like it resonates very much with YA, but also, you know, a lot of people, like we're all kind of raised, especially women, to be of service of others. And that could be a good thing, but it could also be really destructive. And I wanted to impart lessons to younger people in that way, especially without being lectury or preachy, do it in a fun way. And the graphics are so beautiful. So yeah, thanks for asking about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. My daughter's name is Athena.
Stop.
Yeah.
My daughter's name is Calliope,
Oh, amazing.
also named after a muse, the muse of epic poetry.
Very cool.
Well, I don't know how old she is.
She's only 5.
Oh, yeah. She's a little young for this, but, you know, in like 6 years or 5 years. My daughter, who's 9, read it, and she was like, Mama, this is great. I think you should have a glossary in case people don't know who Clytemnestra is. And I'm like, okay.
What is your daughter's relationship to your creative output?
I mean, I try to bury the lead about being an actor because, quite frankly, you know, acting I love, but the career of being an actor is very much in other people's hands. And I
Right.
think ever since she was born, I want to make her self-reliant. I mean, nobody would do this movie that I want to do. One of the reasons why I'm actually doing the Guild reunion movie is that about a year and a half ago, somebody from Hollywood called me to option. They were like interested in reboot, you know, the show. And I was so excited. So I was on the phone and they were like, yeah, we'd love for you to, as a writer, explore, you know, what the show would be now, like with younger actors. And I was like, wait, what? You're going to recast me in my own show? I was so furious that I decided like a week later, I was like, I'm doing a movie.
I love it.
Honestly, and I tell this to a lot of creators. They're like, how do I get through a novel? How do I do this? I'm like, you got to need it, man. You got to need it. And that starts always from your core. Like, who are you?
Mm.
What are your priorities? What is important for you as a unique person to show the world? What project expresses that? And if you like can root yourself there and channel that out, then your motivation is clear, but it has to start from the most basic level inside you. Everything, I think.
I admire that drive, and I'm curious, has that always been in you? Has that always come easily to you? Or has it been something that's kind of developed over time?
It's definitely developed over time. In fact, I think, you know, I was not encouraged to be very resilient or self-motivated. I was very passive, and this was my childhood. I was homeschooled. And I think when I went to Hollywood, my whole self-worth was getting 4.0, being the prodigy, being this. And so my achievement in other people's eyes was my constant motivation. And when I got to Hollywood and realized A students don't get ahead, it's a completely different business. And they rejected who I was because I was just weird. I wasn't willing to change things about my face or my body or any of that. I was struggling to change myself for them. I got really angry. And so I think that anger and some connection to who I was saying, I'm feeling devalued,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I'm valuable to somebody,
Yeah.
at least me. And so needing to express that to the world, I think has been my constant drive, right?
Yeah.
And when I'm rejected, I am fueled. That really is the key. When I'm complimented and praised, that's when I start entering a fawning, kind of aspect. And I'm like, that's not the good stuff, Felicia. Get angry. Even though they're nice, get angry at them somehow, and then you'll be on a better path.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you got to find your thing. You got to find your
Yeah.
thing. I think that's the key. That's everything. I don't care if it's your creative output, your exercise output.
Yeah.
You can't think like, well, this is what people do. This is what I'm going to do. No, you got to figure out how it works for you.
For sure. For sure.
The thing that motivates me and actually got me to put the weights on and do this is that I stress eat.
Mm.
I love pastries. My great joy in life is pastries. I was like, okay, you either gotta go no carb again, or you can have a pastry and move your body. And I was like, okay, I'll move my body. So that
Yeah.
it was something I cared about.
I recently, saw an interview with Harry Styles where he said before he goes for, any long run, he just finds the most massive croissant he can find and eats that. And that's his pre-run snack. So you're in good company. You mentioned having insomnia before. Do you have any kind of sleep hacks or things that you do as part of your sleep protocol right now?
I have a problem of getting up at 3:30 and just not being able to go to sleep. Last night it happened as well because I had like 3 sips of chai, or just I'm so super stressed that my brain is just exploding right now. It's probably both things.
Mm.
I was such a good sleeper before my daughter was born. And then I think I read, it was just an infographic on Instagram, but the amygdala like doubles in size for women after they have a baby. So basically your fight or flight is like primed to be a lot, because your child could be in danger. Now I have senses that are like daredevil. I swear to God, I could hear anything across the room. I have to sleep now with
Yeah.
a thick eye mask, earplugs. I have a 30-pound blanket on me with a body pillow. Like I'm in a sort of like a hyperbaric chamber of deprivation to
Yeah.
even sleep. And that's on a good day. I will say that in my cup is only decaf because I actually, even if I have tea at 7 a.m., it does affect my sleep. It's just one of those things. I get up at 3:30, and if I have any caffeine at all, it's like 100% chance I won't get back to bed. If I have no caffeine, it's probably 50-50 that I get back to bed. And
Mm.
so, sadly, I can't have sugar after like 2.
Hmm.
These are things that I've learned, and I'm just so resentful about them. I have a lot of acid reflux issues, so I eat the smallest dinner I can at like 5 or 6
Mm.
just to make sure that I don't have any food in my stomach, and it sucks, man.
You're not alone. These are all things that I've contended with as well. I'm also super sensitive to caffeine, and not just after like lunchtime, but as with
Yeah.
you, at any time of day.
It's true. And then the increasing number of medications. I mean, I went on Lexapro and it saved my life, just
Mm.
because my nervous system was so broken. There was just no way through it. And I'm on a very low dose, and thank God for it because, otherwise my reactivity is like this. I recently went on a birth control pill for hormonal fluctuation, and I cannot tell you how much it has done to help me like regulate my
Mm.
hormone imbalance, like the fluctuation. Like these are things I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's going to mess my
Yeah.
body up. I'm like, listen, maybe you need to mess your body up. So like, it's really tough with all the misinformation out there to just listen to your doctor and just try something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work and you just stop it. But
Mm.
you got to give medication time. You got to give different processes time, and you just shouldn't suffer. I think there's a weird thing where I just was like, well, this is broken, but I'm just not going to do anything about it because I don't have time, or like it's just the way I am, especially anxiety. These are not true. We have wonderful medicine out there. We have wonderful other techniques. Like you just have to advocate for yourself. And sometimes if you're not doing that, you'll just let yourself suffer. And that's like the thing that I wish I could tell yesterday's self, to be like, you don't need to suffer.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to figure out a way through this.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, can you think of a time that exercise brought you through an especially difficult period in your life?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think any time that I bring exercise into my life, it improves it. I had a time when I did not work out for a couple of years, probably like I didn't do anything for at least a year. It was awful. I was traveling so
Mm.
much. Every single weekend I was on a plane. I was working. There was just no fitness level at all. And I had a pillow injury. I slept wrong on a pillow in a hotel room, and I don't know what happened. A vertebrae just pinched nerve, and it was just the most agonizing months. I just miserable.
Wow.
3-4 months. I had to go to physical therapy, everything. I tried it all. I tried acupuncture. I tried everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only thing that actually worked was when I got a trainer to come in and do certain exercises to build it up. And when I don't see him, it starts to mess up again. So, I try to have him come in once a week and I do the exercises by myself.
Wow.
I mean, that really made it clear that you have to do something. But, there were times before I had my baby, I had to do IVF because my stress levels were so high. And even the IVF didn't work because, again, my stress levels were too high. I wasn't doing self-care. So I cut off everything. And for 6 months, all I did was just try to work out. I went to ballet bars. I went to stretching class. I just tried to be more conscious about taking care of myself mentally and physically.
Mm.
And 6 months later, I tried another IVF implant and it worked.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, that was the biggest life change ever, being able to incorporate. And I say self-care because obviously any of this, creativity is self-care, exercise is self-care. All of these things root us in ourselves and build us up so we can withstand all the stuff that we put ourselves through in this world, right?
Yeah.
And so, that was an incredibly impactful time for me to realize, oh, you're neglecting yourself for other people again.
Mm.
And so, it's just a constant lesson, especially for me, that other people's needs of you do not prioritize your own needs for yourself. And it's just a hard lesson that I have to learn because of who I am, how I was raised, all of that.
Absolutely. Kind of a flip side to the question about the difficult period. I'm curious if exercise has ever brought you to kind of a transcendent state or a euphoric state.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've always heard about people who have those highs, and I don't know if I get them. There was a really great dance place in Los Angeles that was kind of catered to people who weren't dancers. It's kind of old lady club dancing to follow the leader kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Or they sometimes had Bollywood, and it was just kind of the joy of communally moving your body with other people without judging yourself was so fun.
Yeah.
Do you get that endorphin high? Are you just like so happy when you're moving your body?
It depends. I mean, sometimes when running, I might be listening to a song that kind of syncopates with the natural world in such a way, and my brain is all of a sudden lifted to another place.
I'm very jealous.
Fair enough.
It must be great. I want that high.
We didn't really touch on this, but is music an important part of working out for you? Do you listen to it when you're working out?
Music is really, I have sensory issues and I was a violinist, right? So it almost has too much of an effect. I cannot create when there's any music at all. I cannot have anything on when I'm creating. It has to be complete silence when I'm writing or what. But I do like it because I need something to distract me when I'm exercising. But I tend to want to do like podcasts or language tapes are my ideal because I feel like, oh, I just learned some stuff I didn't know. I'm better at something that I'd like to get better at. And it keeps my mind really super active for ignoring what I'm doing physically. Like that was actually one time in my life I was really proud of myself where I would walk to the gym. I would do a 30-minute Pimsleur Mandarin Chinese lesson every single day. And then I would just walk home.
Wow.
And honestly, after 2 months, I watched a movie and I could understand some words and the thrill was so great. Those are those things, if there's time during the day and I have a good excuse like the movie, I will at least get a little bit more into gear.
We like to end on a lightning round. So we have some lightning round questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
The first of these is cardio or strength training, if you had to choose one.
Oh, boy. I keep seeing these articles saying women over 40 shouldn't do cardio. And I'm just like, this is crazy to me. We shouldn't move. You should only do heavy weightlifting. And like the last thing I am a very high-strung person, as you could probably have told. The last thing I want is heavy weights above my head at any point in my life. Okay. So I'll do some band weights. I'll do like some low weights, but I'm never going to be like pumping the iron like that. I just want to move my body. I just love moving and I love moving in an artistic way. That's my idea.
Cottage cheese or Greek yogurt?
Oh my God. All my feed is filled with cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. I do eat more Greek yogurt, but then the other day I saw on a post, I'm like, well, in order to get what you need a cup and a half of Greek yogurt. I'm like, that's a lot of yogurt, yo.
How about sauna or cold plunge?
Oh, sauna. No cold plunge. Stop it.
Would you rather create first or work out first?
Oh, I mean, like pulling teeth to get me to work out. So yeah, create first.
Is there an exercise that you imagine yourself doing in hell?
Oh, God. I mean, boy, I don't like ab work at all. But at the same time, abs are good. They're very helpful. Having a strong core is very important.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst is like the feet up, like the lower ab thing that you're trying to like get your lower abs. Oh, gross. Go to hell.
What about heaven? What says heaven to you?
Oh, man, I think, you know how when you go to like a gay club at like 10 p.m. and there's whoever the DJ is there, like just doing that, but not even drinking, just dancing to some really good, really poppy DJ music.
How about peanut butter on a banana or a date?
Okay, listen, this is my breakfast. It's peanut butter on an apple.
Okay, apple it is.
I will tell you, if you're in Los Angeles and you'd like to have the best peanut butter in existence, McGee's Peanut Butter at the Farmer's Market, which is a really fun place to go if you're visiting LA, is the best peanut butter on the planet, okay?
That's awesome. Last question. Swim in the ocean or swim in a pool?
I hate being in water. I can't swim. I hate pool water. I hate it. My daughter loves the pool, and I'm like, Mama does not have a swimsuit. I'm sorry, I'm not getting in with you. I'm sorry. I draw the line. That's the one thing I will not do for my daughter. I'll get in the ocean a little bit with her, just on the shore, but we don't swim there.
Right, splash around.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No swimming.
Hey, fair enough. Felicia, thank you so much. This has been such a pleasure.
Thank you so much. You asked so many great questions. I've never talked about any of this, so it's a real pleasure to get something different out there. And please go to watchtheguild.com to check out the Kickstarter.
Awesome.
Oh, no, won't pretend I didn't see you go your eyes at my gaming.
Join us next time as we talk to singer-songwriter Joe Goodkin about running ultramarathons and why he thinks running 100 miles is easier than running 26. Plus, he discusses his career as a modern-day Homeric bard, traveling the country, singing songs inspired by the Odyssey and the Iliad. See you then.
All the asshat jocks who beat me up in school. Now I'm the one that's cool. I'm the one that's cool. To all the prom queen bitches thinking they so cool. Now I'm the one that's cool. I'm the one that's
Secretly Sporty was created and is produced by Sebastian Langdell and Austin Rackless. It's hosted by me, Sebastian Langdell, edited by Austin Rackless and Andy Rattinger, associate producer Andy Rattinger. Our music is composed by Catherine Joy, cover art by Ben Wiseman, represented by Illustration Division, Inc. The outro song you're listening to now is I'm the One That's Cool by The Guild. Special thanks to Liam Billingham.
my next gen every night. Wore a headgear to fix my overbite.
Please note that we are not medical professionals nor personal trainers. Not all exercises are suitable for everyone. Always consult a doctor before starting any new exercise routine or nutritional program. The views expressed in this show are those of the show's creators or the guests, and not those of any other entity or institution.
Cool.